There's a lot of work that goes into making Rhode Island run smoothly. A lot of people, a lot of hours, and a lot of planning. So where does all this magic happen? The State House, of course. The State House is so much more than a nice piece of architecture to look at from I-95. It is a proud, gleaming beacon of progress, architectural splendor, and a time machine to Rhode Island's past. Built in 1895, the enormous white marble structure, crowned with a massive dome looming 149 feet above the State House floor. The dome is the fourth largest in the world and was painted by hand. The building hosts a gorgeous library straight out of a Disney movie, and various sitting rooms anointed with hand-painted ceilings, carved gold details, sparkling chandeliers, and rich velvet drapes. This building is also where the Senate and the House of Representatives convene to form bills, pass laws, and be a voice for the Rhode Island people. We got the opportunity to speak to one of those state representatives who has dedicated her life to making Rhode Island a better place to live.
I'm Representative Felella. I represent District 43, and that's the town of Johnston, Rhode Island. I took a business course when I graduated from East Providence High School, and I took a business course, learned to type, which thank God I did today, but I took a business course and I went into insurance when I got out of high school. Back then, we really didn't need, college education to get a decent job. So I was fortunate to fall into a nice insurance job. And as I got older and got married and had my children, when I lived in Johnston, we decided to, start getting involved, especially when the kids started going to school, and get involved in the school committee. So I did. I got involved with helping people's campaigns, mostly. Campaigning for them, walking with them, and learning really the ropes. Back then you learned from really the best because they campaigned really ferociously. They really, they went out every night, they had their paperwork, they had everything, planned. Today it's a little different, but I really enjoyed doing that, especially on a town level. Our representative in the town of Johnston was Representative Joe Vacola, and he decided it was going to be time for him to step down. He didn't really want to run anymore. He was moving to a different community, and he asked me if I'd be willing to run for representative, and I really didn't give it too much thought. I never thought I'd honestly do it. So, you really have to say to yourself, if you're going to do it, you got to do it the right way. You really got to put your whole heart and soul into it, because having half of the town of Johnston, it's a lot of area, like everybody else has a lot of area to cover. So it's a lot of walking, it's a lot of commitment, and it's a lot on your family because you're not there for suppers and different events that your family has. So it is a big commitment. Other years I've advocated. I think I try to advocate for the underdog. Mm-hmm. In this state, we have our car insurance is based, number one, on your credit history. So like for young kids or for folks that, especially with all the recession that we've just recently, gotten rid of, it's tough for people if they've had a bankruptcy or if it's affected their credit history. So that was one I really pushed for. Big advocate for the animal community. I've put in a lot of legislation to help against cruelty to animals. I've done quite a few bills on that. I was, back in my first term, I was awarded an award from the Defenders of Animals, so I felt like I pushed for, good quality for the animals. When you run into somebody and they say, oh, I remember you helped me, or, gee, thank you for calling me back. I get that so often. This week coming up, we have homecoming, and I've given a lot of grants. I do work on the legislative grants with the speaker that he allows us to give to our community. And that's another important thing that I feel proud about. We've passed a lot of bills with the veteran community. We've made the Veterans Home. The committee has worked on the Veterans Home. It's redone the Veterans Home. It's beautiful down there. We have just passed for veterans in-state tuition is free for them. The Gold Star parents, they're parents that have lost someone in combat, and they had advocated for a certain flag. I don't know if we have one in here, but they had wanted a certain flag, so we finally got that through last year, where they can use that between getting the I get a lot of calls from veterans, whether it be for tax exemption in their town. But we have a great group that help us. If we have a problem, we can call them. I say, the governor has that essay contest that she does with young girls. I think it's up to grade 5 or 6 that the governor does, and we've met some of them over the years, and they're amazing, those young girls, the ideas that they have, and it's just great. I say go for it. Go for it, and your limits are endless, really. I feel like a woman can go as far as they want to go today.